Glad to have you with us from the Palouse, Pullman, Washington, and Martin Stadium. Saturday afternoon's the perfect setting for a game like this. It's the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers and the Washington State Cougars. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe down on the sideline. Holly, a little familiarity in this one.
Thanks, guys. Checking in with the Chanticleers head coach pregame. He is very emotional, bringing his team into the place that gave him his start. He was just a young man when he came in, started as a player, got great experience, and learned to love the game, getting into coaching because of what he experienced here. His new teammates and team know that he wants to perform well and show people what they helped grow here at his alma mater. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. Out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So Washington State's offense will have the opening possession of the game. And here's a guy, if you throw it in his general vicinity, he's going to pull it down. We'll keep our eyes on him all game long. The quarterback's telling us that he is going to be a problem. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's quick. Stopped at about the 25-yard line, but it'll be a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. They'll move the tight end. They're going to go right back to him on first down. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. Guys, let's take a minute and talk a little Washington State. By no means was it a transfer portal exodus. The number of guys they lost among the fewest in the country, but you do wonder if things have just become really transactional in the sport right now.
Well, this is a team that had a lot of success last year, and a lot of their key players want to build off of that. So to me, not a big surprise.
Got a little grass. Out across the 30 to the 39 after getting 10 on that one. And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. The Cougars getting set on 1st and 10.
Here we go, ready. 1, 2, 3, ready, go.
From the gun, running back gets to give.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
To the air on 2nd down. Makes the grab. It's Coop. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
And those aren't the guys I'm leaving open on defense. These slot wide receivers, they've got the space in the middle of the field to work. I got to make sure that I got somebody inside of him. I got somebody outside of him. I can't give him the football because a lot of times these guys, they're good with it after the catch. They got that quickness. They got that speed, and he showed some of it there.
The defense there to make the stop, and he barreled right into the teeth of the monster and picked up 4. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
The 7th play of this opening drive will be a 3rd and long. He'll take it himself. He gets it to the 38-yard line, but this defense forces a 4th down. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. Everything will have to be clean from 55 yards away. And he's got it counted all the way to 55. Never in doubt.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drive. Lots of poise, good emotion, They don't get the touchdown they would have liked, but they kick a nice field goal. They've got the lead. Head coach has to be happy with that.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. So Coastal Carolina's offense will now get its first chance with the football. Here's the guy we believe is going to be a workhorse in this one. We anticipate that he is going to have a major impact on this running game. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Hauls it in. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And it's such an advantage for this defense to have an outside linebacker like that can rush the passer because they can set the edge. They can get off the ball, and they're just way too fast for tight ends or for offensive tackles to get out and block them.
Shoots it to the left. It's caught downfield. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win. And gets a good release, gets down the field. You see his...
Finding some room. Gets the ball right to the 50-yard line, and that'll be enough for a first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
Right back to the well.
And I go back to him again, too, man. I mean, just the big play, the play before, and they say, why not? Try it again, get it to the running back, try to create some space. Better job by the defense being gap sound, coming downhill, not letting him break tackles and make a big play.
They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. Let's see what they do here on third and short from the 41. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Not able to get outside. They tried to run wide, and they got nothing. It'll be fourth down.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, man. They finally forced the fourth down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big fourth down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive.
And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number one. It was priority number one. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like, he is the bell cow. He is the guy. This offense doing exactly what they set out to do on this first drive.
They'll run it. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. He's up to 41 yards on the ground, and they wanted to have an identity as a running team, and he's giving them that in the season opener. After one quarter of play, let's take a look and see how these running backs are doing. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. And the shot to clears with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They'll run it to the right side. Tried to fight his way through that tackle, but he's brought down.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
Out of the shotgun on third down. Pressure coming. And they got it.
And I absolutely understand wanting to make a play for your team, man, but you've got to know when to give it up. You're at this part of the field, man. This is the part of the field where you throw the football, you get rid of it. You don't take a sack, because what that does now to your field goal operation, it makes it a lot longer. Now the decision becomes a lot harder for this offense when he could have just thrown the football away and not taken the big loss.
They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. And he missed it. No good. And after the miss, they're still down by a field goal.
Man, sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make great. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
Trying play action. Snagged out of the air. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is, because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Ball is at the 42-yard line, close to 4-down territory. Here's 3rd and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. He makes a catch. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as they get him down at the 37.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Had to work to pick up 3 down to the 33-yard line. Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. Back to pass. They go to the wide receiver screen. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. They got him on the ground. Great tackling by this D to stop him short of the first down marker. The offense stays on the field. They just have inches to go on 4th down. Tries to get it on the ground. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. Washington State has it all working right now. The run inside. It's quick. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
This defense really is on their heels. They've been on the field now for a long time on this drive, and they're just getting pushed around at the point of attack up front like we saw in that last one.
They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They'll run the counter. Still on his feet. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Cougar!
Man, you see all the time this running back has spent in the weight room this offseason. Did you see that stiff arm? He just pile drive that defender into the ground, get off me, and he's able to walk in for the score.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. They put together a 65-yard drive for the score, and they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. He'll start the return inside his 5. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. So the Coastal Carolina offense takes over, and they'll go to work from here. They really need to find a way to generate some kind of offense down 10-0. Offense working from the pistol. So they were getting up against the play clock, and they don't want the penalty. They'll take the timeout here. They're down to 1 timeout left in the half.
Break. So let's all. Go.
They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. He's got the back in the middle. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Handoff to the single back. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. Wants to throw on 3rd down. Gets it out quickly. He'll make a play on 3rd down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32. The Chanticleers come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Here we go. Ready. Ready to go.
Running back searching for a hole. Maybe some room here. Running inside the 20. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Chanticleer.
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing. I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum, going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And he caps things off with a scintillating 68-yard scoring run. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. Running inside. It's quick. Got to be smart and patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. The Cougars come to the line in the hurry-up.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the...
Looking for a huge play. He's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, Washington State. Into the end zone with a breakaway score.
When you can run like that, the quarterback is going to give you opportunities. And look at him run by the defenders. QB sees it, stick the hand up in the air, catch the football, get to the end zone.
And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. Let's see what he can do with the return. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Chanticleers now ready to go on offense. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum. Cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the 3rd quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of points. You've got to start erasing and chipping away at this deficit. This could be where the game turns right here.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Worked his way out to the 28-yard line, but needed a little bit more yardage. Fourth down is coming. The Cougars will use their first timeout here. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. The offense in its own end, still needing a couple of yards for the first down, but they'll stay out there and go for it on 4th. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Wants to throw it again. Fires it down the seam. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced the incomplete.
Makes the grab. Trying to save time on defense, they use their second timeout. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half.
Look, as an offense, we're always going to take completions over incompletions and interceptions. So the offense, they're able to make that 3rd down a little bit more manageable, but honestly, not by much.
Throws to the wideout. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. And the shot that clears will send out the punt unit. The accuracy is perfect, the loft, the aim, like the perfect golf shot. The Cougars offense takes the field to start this drive. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
Obviously didn't like what he saw on first down, and they used a timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. First down, 10 yards to go. Wants to go right back downfield. Here's the pressure. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Can't make the connection. Incomplete pass, and 1 second remains.
Yeah, and because of the pressure, the defense gets pressure on him immediately so quickly that he makes a bad decision, tries to throw it into double coverage. Really nice job pressuring the quarterback up front.
At midfield, he's got room. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, we welcome you into the Week 0 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. Let's lead off with the Nevada Wolfpack taking on the Baylor Bears. And it's the Wolfpack sneaking out of here with an upset victory. Gonna have to see how the rankings shake up following this outcome, pushing them to 1-0 on the short season. Here now some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now. Now back to your game in Pullman. And if you thought that was a quick first half, you'd be right on the money. 2 workhorse running backs who just kept pounding the rock behind offensive lines who look less like college kids and more like bulldozers. Call it ground and pound, call it pin and pummel. Both sides have been dominant, and I'm curious to see if either defense can make an adjustment. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas on the Palouse at Martin Stadium.
right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. Washington State ready to boot it away to start the third quarter. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Coastal Carolina has it. The Chanticleer offense headed back to the field. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions. The coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring drive.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And this offense has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. They're already down 2 possessions. You know the pass has to come at some point, but they got to keep him clean. They can't get behind the sticks consistently. They've got to start to narrow this gap.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off.